Welcome to another episode of Car Savant. What are we doing today? What is this? Again, welcome to another episode of Car Savant. We have Stefan back with us today. And if you remember, we did the job on the G37 a little while back. The brakes, the wheels and tires, and did some pretty extensive upgrades to that. Stefan, do you want to tell the watchers, the viewers, what's going on with that lately?
Well, I was driving one day and it seems like I spun a bearing, so we're doing a engine rebuild, OEM stuff put back on, and kind of get the engine running back again and put the car back together and see how it goes.
Oh man, sorry to hear that, Steph. But when do you think we can expect that back on the road?
It'll be a little bit, month or so. Waiting on parts. Parts are hard to get nowadays, and just waiting on shipping and manufacturing of parts. So
I got you. Well, along with many others, can't wait to see that back on the road again. I'm sure it's going to be better than ever.
Hopefully.
When it's back. So what are we doing today on Car Savant? So it's been a little while since we've put up an episode. This will be the first Car Savant flip. Let's see what it is. So here it is. It's a 2008 Honda Civic Si coupe. And as you can see, it's not in the best of conditions. We're going to start by just doing a quick go around on the outside of this, see what we can see what we have to start with here, and maybe see where we will go from here. So Stefan, take it away.
So first thing you might notice is the paint. It looks like somebody took and used plastic dip around various areas of the car. We'll try to figure that out. Maybe buff it all the way down. Some work on the headlights. This looks like it's gotten a little yellowed, and maybe some spray on there.
Are those savable, do you think?
We'll see what we can do on that. It looks like some paint overspray got on there.
What's going on with that back window?
Yeah, this window here, well, it's not there, so it's just duct tape.
We'll get a replacement for that.
Replace that. Some overspray on this back window here, and the original clear coat is kind of fading and peeling, so ultimately we're thinking of just sanding it down and trying to get some sort of a base coat on there, kind of clean it all up.
Probably a good plan. It's really not, following you back from picking it up today, it really doesn't look that bad on the highway. All things considered, I know it looks pretty rough from this standpoint, and you can see here, this generation of Civics, this eighth generation, had its fair share of clear coat issues.
Correct. And you can clearly see that. It's just peeling all the way down to the base coat. So we might adjust the wheels, and just everything cosmetically on the outside just needs to kind of have a once over.
Yep.
On the interior, it's just a little filthy, mostly. A couple of pieces that just need to be reattached.
What about this thing?
I think that's just the steering wheel cover. We can probably just pull that off. But otherwise, it just needs cleaned, and a couple of pieces are missing. But other than that, the interior's fairly sound.
It's got the OEM navigation in this. This was a pretty rare option for these years.
Yeah. It seems to work, though. So the clutch actually feels really good. It drives great.
Didn't they say this was recently replaced?
Yeah, about 200 or 300 miles ago, he thinks it was replaced, but it's super smooth.
How many miles are on this?
I think it was 153,000. So it drives fine. So
cool. Let's take a look at the engine on this thing. .2.0 iVTEC. What do you know about this engine?
The K20. Pretty sure it's the A. This particular engine, it looks like the only thing they've done to it is an intake, but it's fairly stock. This one comes with like 197 horsepower
The
for
engine.
the factory, so it works pretty well. I don't see anything other than the intake aftermarket, and there's no unusual sounds or anything. Drives fine.
You know, it's kind of surprisingly clean for all things considered, with looking how rough this car is overall, you know, compared to what we're used to.
Yeah.
And this engine bay is not that bad. I think this is going to clean up very nicely.
Just a little dirty, but I mean, nothing we can't figure out.
Yep, so this is the before. So obviously we will definitely show you what the after looks like, but you know what? I don't think there's a whole lot of hard work that's going to need to be done on this engine. So we'll look at the basic maintenance items on it and the cleanliness part of it, but it's really not that bad. I'm pretty pleasantly surprised overall with, you know, the way this engine bay looks.
Yeah.
So let's look at the rest of the car. So here's the trunk. What do we have back here?
A couple of front struts and some sort of, the guy explained it as some sort of lip kit. So I'm guessing side skirts or front splitter and side skirts. I haven't really gotten into it deep much, but
interesting. Well, I guess we can possibly use those, or we could maybe see if there's an HFP kit that's out there cheap enough. So interesting thing about this car, so it's the OEM color is black on this, and you know how Honda does all their little VIN stickers on the panels? You know what, this thing had, at least from what I could see, all the VIN stickers on each panel. The doors have it, the back bumper has it, I think the front bumper even has it, the quarters have it, all the panels have it.
So we know it's a legit car. I mean, it's a full car.
It's clear title. So we paid $3,500 for this, which, based on everything I can see, I think it's dirt cheap. The question is, how much do we want to put into this? Now, as I mentioned earlier, you know, this is our first inaugural, you know, cheap car flip on the channel, and you know, you could go, the sky's the limits on these things, you know, but the question is, how much do we really want to put into this? So that's going to be the debate. You know, as you can see on the outside, it does look a little rough, but most importantly, you know, and I think you can agree with me, Stefan, it does drive very well.
It drives well.
So with this crazy market, you know, for $3,500, where else can you find a halfway decent car that runs and drives and is, you know, a little bit fun and that has some potential? So more updates to come on this car. We'll definitely show you what we're planning on doing. You know, we'll either try to buff these headlights and save these, or we'll replace these. You know, we're going to do something with the outside of this thing. I think we're probably going to do some pads and rotors, I'm guessing, you know, and we're going to give some attention to the inside of this. And, you know, let's see what we can do on this thing and see, you know, how good we can get this thing to look.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more updates, and we'll have plenty of other updates to come. But thank you for watching. Please like the video if you like our content. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we will look forward to seeing you soon. See ya.
See ya.
Take care.